What is up? This is Joe from the Buckeye Cast, once again bringing you player and coach interviews. Today we have the secondary, corners and safeties, two coaches, kind of unusual. Anyway, here's the list. We got 10 of them. Number 1, safeties coach, Perry Eliano. Number 2, corners coach, Tim Walton. And all players, Cam Martinez, Denzel Burke, J.K. Johnson, Josh Proctor, Kourt Williams, Lathan Ransom, Ronnie Hickman, and finishing up with Tanner McCalister. I'll be back in at the end to wrap her up. Here is Perry Eliano.
I wish I would have had him in the spring. Lathan's done a phenomenal job. First and foremost, he's an outstanding young man. He loves football. You know, he loves everything about the game. Extremely versatile, but more importantly, I mean, he's fun to coach. He wants to be the very best. So, and we've got a great relationship. So it's been great to see him blossom this fall.
Did you think you'd have him for this fall? I mean, at what point did you know that you know?
Knew I would. To what degree? Thought we had to limit him a little bit, but I mean, ever since he's been able to get on the field, he's been full go. And he's the type of young man that you want to coach because he never wants to come out, doesn't want to take a play off. You know, I've been fortunate enough to coach guys like that in my past, and they've turned out to be really, really good football players. So I'm excited to see what he does this fall. His versatility. I mean, you know, Cam played quarterback in high school. Obviously, his accolades in high school, and then he comes here, extremely smart, extremely bright young man. Once again, works hard, loves football, processes football, and you know he's a great athlete. So, for him to be able to bounce out at corner at times and nickel, that just speaks volumes of who he is as an athlete, and more importantly, how high his football IQ is for him to be able to transition like that. Right.
Did that just carry over into the summer and the fall, or where have you seen it?
Yeah, Cam's still growing. You know, obviously he's got big playability, but you know, just within the system, you know, he's still learning. You know how to be a pro each and every day. He's still learning the game. He's hungry. You know, so I expect great things from him. You know, he's definitely going to play and contribute to us doing great things on the field. You know, there's no greater lesson than having experience in the past. So, you know, previous jobs that I've had in the past, I've come in and had senior elders, statesmen, you know, and, the thing for them is you got to gain their trust. Before we can do anything, I had to gain these guys' trust. And we're a family, you know. We spent time outside of this building. They know my family. I know where they're from and their families. And so every day in the meeting, every day on the field, I mean, it's great chemistry, and they trust me, I trust them, and it's cool to coach young men that want to be the very best on and off the field, and they're hungry. You know, they want to be great, and as a coach, that's motivating in itself every time I wake up in the morning.
Perry, what did you think the first time you heard bandit and adjuster for position roles instead of just free and strong?
You coach long enough, there's all kinds of names that come up, so you just roll with the punches.
Did you get any input on that?
I was like, whatever you want to do, Coach knows. I'll coach him up.
What to you makes the decision for who you're going to have at bandit, adjuster? How do you differentiate what those skill sets are?
I'm going to play the very best players. They're all interchangeable, really and truthfully, you know, from the nickel to the adjuster to the bandit. They're all interchangeable. Each and every young man in that room knows that, and the best players are going to play. And the guys that have earned the right day in and day out, that have put in the work, are going to play, and they know that. And so competition, you know, makes us all better, you know, and that old adage, iron sharpens iron, it's real in the room. And, you know, so they know when they come in that room and they come on the field that they have to bring it every day. So, you know, but each and every position is interchangeable.
Is Jim's approach or just his way of seeing football, way of seeing defense, is that showing you anything new schematically? Like what sort of things that you feel like you've learned or had your expertise?
We balance each other really, really well. Jim sees the big picture, and then we come in, with the details and the nuances, and he leans on us. He leans on our experience, our knowledge, and we're pros in the room. It's a great match. He's got a great vision. He knows what he wants it to look like. He's cast the vision for us to carry it out, and that's what we're doing.
What is it about Kourt Williams that makes him a team captain?
Court's a tremendous worker, and he's consistent on and off the field. He's not a big hoorah guy. He's more of a lead by example, but he's also great with the players. He's able to pull guys aside and talk to them and just lead them, and so it didn't surprise me, when he got voted captain. Ever since I stepped foot on campus, Court's been consistent and been that rock. And so I'm happy for him, and obviously that phone call to his parents was awesome, because they were just full of joy. One of the things for me, teaching those guys is it's always cool when you know your calling. I'm very passionate, I'm a teacher, and so I want to make the game as simple as possible for them, so I put in a lot of time, a lot of long nights, early mornings to make sure that, I'm the best teacher they've ever had. And I truly believe that, coaching is teaching, and teaching is the ability to inspire learning. And so I want them every time they come in the room that they're excited about what they're going to get out of that meeting to apply to the field. And so that's the cool thing. And so all I need is an open mind and an open heart, and I'll pour everything I got into them. And so, it's just cool to see young men blossom. That's all I want, is to see them, enjoy the game that they love and make plays.
Were you surprised at all just how fast and start to restart? Basically ready at
No, the thing, that nobody really saw was his work ethic, his rehab each and every day in the spring, in the summer. I saw that, and we talk a lot about unseen hours and unrequired work. And he's a young man that puts that in each and every day. So it didn't surprise me that he was ready to go at camp because of all the time, all the work he put in when nobody was around, but him and the trainer or him and the strength staff or him and the physical therapist. I saw those things. And that's a unique skill set, and that's a unique toughness that, he has. And, obviously he's, bearing the fruits of his labor in practice right now. He can get from point A to point B pretty fast, and he's violent. He's physical, and he, like I said, he loves the game. He comes in with a smile on his face. He's full of energy, and he's great to be around. But he's violent, and he'll knock fire out of you, and I like it. Yeah. It's still a fluid situation. I guess you got to kind of wait until you see September 3rd.
Have you done that before? Have you been up there before?
I've done both.
What is the role? What is the difference between the roles of the guy up in the box and the guy on the side?
I think if you're on the field, there's something about looking a young man in his eye, him seeing the fire in your eye, you seeing the fire in his eye, and being able to connect in those moments before they go on the field. I think there's something to that. I think it's just about the fit, about the dynamics and the chemistry of the staff. I think that's how you make those decisions. We got a great staff, and we're pros, and everybody respects each other, and everybody's great teachers, and everybody's experts in their field. So it's a great situation.
It seems like you have 5 or 6 guys that play tomorrow for that game. How do you envision all of them getting on the field? Or do you think you'll pick 3 starters and kind of roll with those?
It's just the flow of the game. We have different packages where guys have roles in in that package. So, my message is always be a champion in your role. And they love each other. We got a great thing in the room. There's a great bond, and everybody's rooting for each other. And, to have 6 guys that you can honestly say can go win for us, that's a unique thing, and, I'm blessed. And so they know they got to come to work every day. They know that. And so, that's a great thing about the room, But, everybody has a role. They understand their role. It's clear cut. There's no gray area about their role. And so for them, there's no issues there. And they know if they put in the work, they'll have an opportunity to play when the lights come on.
What specifically does Lathan
more questions for Perry.
What specifically does Lathan bring to this defense that could enable him to be an asset for you guys?
Obviously last year he played nickel. So just being able to play that in the fall, last year, brings a uniqueness to now he has a new scheme where now he's playing, the adjuster, he could play the bandit. I want safeties that can do it all, and I don't say that, just to say it, but I want guys that are versatile because at the end of the day, I want the best guys on the field. So, they have to know more than one position because we meet together. And so they're hearing the same teaching, the same message at each position. So my expectation is that what each position does, because at the end of the day, if we get in a bind, okay, I want to put the guys in that's going to be able to make plays and we don't miss a beat, so.
You're really impressed with his son's style.
He's a beast. He's a big boy, The biggest thing about Sonny, he's 17 years old and you would think he's 22. Very, very mature, very humble, no entitlement. He just came in and worked. Very quiet, embraced the culture, embraced the role of, learning. And he's really, really smart. He's really, really smart. And Sonny's got a bright future.
There's a lot of talent you see, but were you bowled over or surprised by the depth of talent here?
No, it's the Ohio State. That's how it should be. And so by no means was I surprised. I think the thing that I had to make sure that I did a good job is develop the young men to maximize their God-given ability and talents.
Can Sonny contribute at all this year?
It's still fluid.
Are you shocked at all how quickly Lathan got back?
No, just like I told the man earlier, he put in the work. He put in the work all spring, all summer, when nobody was around. I saw that. I saw the determination. I saw the look in his eye. I saw the fire. So it didn't surprise me at all. And that's motivating in itself for me as his coach to see that, he could have hung his head. And there were some long days, but he stuck it out and he grinded. And so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Did he pick up on things pretty quickly once he got back on the field?
He had been putting in the work all offseason, so it just didn't start when we got on the field. And that's, like I said, unseen hours and unrequired work. So there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't see that these young men are putting in. That way their product on the field is what it looks like. And so it doesn't surprise me at all.
And Coach, I want you to I'm sorry guys, but just along those lines. So I was talking to one of the trainers, and like all summer long, all spring and all summer, when there was breaks, Lathan stayed here and was working. So what he's saying about putting the effort in, he had an event last night, and you two came back here and worked. Is that not correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. And that's what we have here. That's what we're building and continually building here is that type of mentality. When we say BIA, best in America, we can't just say that. That can't be just, talk. That can't be just some slogan. That's got to be real. So we live that every day. Not only the players, but myself and Coach Walton.
Two more questions, guys. We got to get them out of here.
Who's the best teammate?
Who's the best teammate? They all are.
Who pushes that tries to raise that bar?
They all do. It's kind of like my sons at home. My youngest son tries to outdo my oldest son, and my oldest son tries to let him know that I'm the oldest. You're not outdoing me. So, within the room, they push each other. They build each other up, and that's what I've always envisioned in every room I've ever been in is to build that camaraderie to where, we're not going against each other. We're going with each other. And that's the cool thing every day I walk in the room to see young men. Obviously, they all want to play, and they know that if they put in the work, they will play, but they're also pushing each other to be the very best, and nobody's trying to step over anybody.
What's it been like?
What kind of work was put in for you? And what time was it?
I'd have to, basically, he wanted to watch more film. He wants to be the very best, and it's my job, and I embrace that to anytime a young man wants to put in extra time. I love that. And for him to be hungry like that and want to make sure that he's airtight and razor sharp on his assignments and allowing the game to slow down in his mind and his eyes, So I would say I got home at a decent time to at least see my boys go to bed before they get up for the morning for school.
Okay, so it wasn't the next day.
No. I wouldn't do that to a young man.
What's it been like
Last question.
Tanner McCalister in the room this offseason as you've installed the defense, somebody that has some knowledge of playing in it before? What kind of effect is that having the guys?
No, it's been great. Tanner came in very humble. He just wanted to embrace, Ohio State and our culture, and obviously him being in the scheme, has been extremely beneficial for the guys. But at the same point in time, Tanner embraced what we were doing and the little nuances and additions that we've added to Coach Knowles' defense and the development piece. And, he came to Ohio State for a reason. He wanted to be the best of the best. And so, I'm glad to have Tanner here, and he's done an outstanding job, since he stepped foot on campus.
Great. Coach Lathan can play all three positions. Is there one that you think he's best at or where he'll play the most?
It's still fluid, I can't answer that with conviction right now.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Coach Knowles had said, early in camp that he had some concerns about cornerback depth. Sounds like guys are getting healthy now. Just where do you feel the cornerback depth is right now?
Feel good. I feel we'll be at full strength, man. We should be good to go September 3rd. So guys are back. Guys are starting to roll. So feel good about it.
When you only have 6 scholarship cornerbacks, is there a concern there long term about what could happen if there are any injuries?
No, we'll be fine. Because we always dual teach and things like that. So I think we'll be fine. We'll be able to work through it, but there's really no concern with that.
Thanks to different backgrounds, different experiences, some more experience than others. When you look at this, the pure talent that's on this roster, is it kind of just like one of those things where your job gets a little bit easier if these guys can develop and can kind of reach their potential? When you're just dealing with that natural talent, what's that like?
Oh, it's great, and that's my job is develop guys. They have the skill set, they have the work ethic, they have the passion to play the game. So now we just teach them the little things: technique, work ethic, how to play the game, understanding of the game. So that's fun to work with guys that love to play.
It sounds like JK got a chance to get a lot of extra reps as you guys were dealing with stuff. Maybe come along a little bit more than maybe he was a couple of weeks ago. Where have you seen him kind of grow?
He's had a tremendous growth time in this last couple of weeks, taking a lot of reps, learning the game, and the more reps you take, the more experience you get with it. Nothing like the live action. So he's able to take a big step forward. He's doing a great job. He loves to play the game. He's tough. He's passionate about it. He's a willing learner, and he's a great dude.
As you step back into the recruiting part of this for the first time in over a decade, what are you looking for in a corner? And how quickly do you know that guy has it, regardless of what age he is?
Mentality. You look for a certain mentality, competitive, nature. Guys that love to compete, guys that love to play the game, passion to play, toughness, those things, and the technical part and all those things, you can refine that, but a guy that loves to compete and has good toughness, you can mold guys and a passion for the game.
Can you see that early?
Yeah, you can find out that early. You can that jumps out at guys. You know what I mean? It don't take long to find out who loves to play the game of football.
Tim, when you look at Tim Walton, a guy who we all thought was going to be a safety now, seems to be getting a look at cornerback. What makes him an intriguing prospect? Intriguing guy in the room, not just for Perry, but for well.
There's a multi-skill set. He's a guy that's smart. He has cover skills. He can run. He can flip his hips. He's very athletic. And when you look with a guy like that, when he has those things, he can be interchangeable for you. Creates depth.
How much is he working at corner versus safety now?
He just moves around. Like I said, we move guys around a lot with that stuff. But he's playing the nickel's position. But we work guys around because you just have to be ready for everything, man.
I know Jansen's been cross-training some too. Just what have you seen from him in his development?
Good toughness, long, can run, has length, competitive, and like you said, when you have those stuff, you can mold guys into being good football players.
Look at Denzel Burke's skill set. They really caught on soon. What is it about him that kind of was transcendent, like that made him transcendent from the beginning? That sometimes it takes years to do this.
Very competitive, and he tries to detail his body of work. He tries to fix issues. He takes coaching really well. He's serious about the game. Practice is serious for him, and he's dialed in and in tune to all the little things. So when you get that at a point, it becomes natural for you. You know what I mean? So he's a guy that's a great competitor, and he's really dialed in to playing this football game.
How much of him, this team that you watched last year and all, to see the true freshmen starting at corner? I mean, you know what it's like. Did you see any of it last year when you found out that you had this true freshman starting at corner at Ohio State?
Well, obviously he had to have a skill set, because this is big-time football, so he had to have a skill set. So, and then, like you said, you go watch him. He's a competitive guy. He's passionate about playing the game, man. You know what I mean? So when it's really important to you, you do all the little things to keep getting better, and that's what he's done since I've been here. He's gotten better and better. He's worked at it. He can take the coaching. He can make the corrections, and he loves to play, man.
Where is he better?
In the technical part of it, he's dialed in technique-wise, and then understanding the game. He really works at understanding the game. So, when you put all that stuff together, you start to see the overall play improve.
How much do you guys talk about understanding the game and the route tree rather than just manning up?
All the time. It's about understanding. It's about football knowledge. It's about football IQ. You see the offenses these days are very sophisticated. They do a lot of stuff. You have to be able to play the game upstairs. So we have to be able to understand the game of football and understand situational football.
I know that Jake Seibert's been taking some practice reps at corner. What made you think that he could play that position, and what's his development been like?
Well, again, like I say, he's been working over there. A guy that's smart, competes. He can find some depth back there. Like I said, he just moved over there, so he's still learning. He's still learning a lot of it. But like I said, when you're passionate about doing it and you love to do it, man, you have a chance to get better every day, and that's what he's doing.
What were your initial impressions of Jordan Hancock when you first got a chance to see him this spring?
Very, very good athlete and very cerebral. Again, when you understand the game and you work at learning the game becomes easier for you. You know what I mean? So he's very athletic. He's long. He has great football instincts, great football IQ. And again, he really works at understanding the game. The more we understand the game, the more we'll be able to make plays when the time comes.
Is his maybe a little bit more advanced than most guys who are 19, 20 years old?
Yeah, he really works at it. You know what I mean? Those guys, he's a film junkie, man. He's really on it, and he's studying, and like I said, he has an innate ability to feel the game.
Tim, maybe you were asking before, if you were, I apologize, but has there been a learning curve of sorts going from the NFL into Jim's system? Is there any difference, or has it been?
No, it's been good for me. It's a smooth transition with it. Football, Football's football, so it's good. I have a great system, love it, but it's been a smooth transition for me.
Have you been surprised at all about the level of talent at this level, coming from the highest level, to see what Ohio State has in that? Were you expecting a bigger drop-off? Was it exactly what you expected?
Kind of what I expect. I played here, former player, so I kind of know. I know the talent level that they have here, and have a chance at the top every year. Guys get drafted here all the time. So I expected the talent to be about what it was. Guys can play, so it's fun to be a part of it.
When was the last time you were here on Ohio State campus? Like from back in the day?
Oh, I'm back here all the time. I'm back here every year.
So it wasn't like this huge jump when you saw some of the changes actually on campus?
No, because I come back. I always came back and was around the program, and then when I was in the league, I was always come back to the pro days. I was here at all the pro days. So I would be back here seeing the guys that's worked out a lot of the former DBs that's in the NFL now. Worked them out the past few years here at pro day.
Does it kind of feel maybe a little weird though to know that you're back here a little more permanently than just on a visit or two?
Feels good.
All right, thank you. What did Von Bell have to say to the guys? I saw he was here. If you hadn't been asked that, what did he have to say to them?
Just talk to the guys about the importance of hard work, the importance of film study and dedication and taking care of your business and being a pro, and it starts now with all the little things, and that transcends into the next level. So that's what the message was. Don't start when you get there. You got to start now developing the little things that'll prepare you for the next level.
Oh, he said Lathan. I get it all the time though. Don't worry, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's my roommate. Nah. Yeah, every day we pretty much get it, so it's all good. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Coach said that they're kind of concentrating you, quarterback and safety. What do you think of that?
Really good. I feel like I got two of the best, coaches in in the nation, at corner and safety. So, being able to learn from both of them and just to, pick their brains and also just get those reps every day is really helpful for me and just a good experience as well.
How comfortable do you feel quarterback?
Really comfortable now. I would say Coach Walton has done a good job, kind of getting me to there. We were just taking baby steps, but like I said, I feel really comfortable there and at nickel, and anywhere they would want me to go to the game, I'd be ready to play. Really, really good. I think, that was the advantage I had coming in, was just being able to learn everything. A lot of stuff slowed down to me because I was able to kind of relate, with what the reads the quarterback was making or the blitz pickups and, just a lot of things like that. I was able to understand it and just kind of carrying that on to year 3, like I said, it's helped me play a lot faster.
Feedback that this is going to be your moment, and they know you want the ball. Tell them what you can do. They see it. How close are you to feeling like you're the guy?
Well, I'm always happy to have the ball in my hands any chance I can. But I think that's more of a Coach Parker question. You can feel free to ask him. Well, you can feel free to ask him that as many times as you want. You wouldn't be hurting me if you did that. But I think it's close. Like I said, it's always one of those things you got to stay ready in. And like I said, anytime they have given me an opportunity to touch the ball, I'm happy to do it, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Is there a situation where you think it just comes down to, like, a guy like you is, you want to catch it and run and be a little bit more explosive dynamic? Jackson, when he's out there, like, they just feel like sure hand's going to catch it, maybe not try to break it crazy all the time. Is it just reining it in, like not always trying to get people on that?
Yeah, I think in that cases too, it just depends on what you want. You made a good point off of that. It just depends on what Coach Parker wants and what he's feeling at the end of the day. I know me and Jackson are pretty much back there most of the time. So, like I said, just depending on how he wants it or what he wants to get done, that's really just what we go off of.
Do you know when the last time an Ohio State player returned a touchdown?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I know that for sure.
It's been since 2014, but
Yeah. So too long. Somebody's got to break that spell.
Kim, does it all get frustrating to you? Worm's talking about being one, maybe right behind Jackson in punt return, right, move to corner, right behind one guy there, right behind one at nickel. Like, you're valuable at a lot of different spots, but not going out first. And you could maybe do that somewhere else. How have you accepted that part of it while still trying to compete to be number one?
Versatility has kind of always been something that's just been stamped on my back since day one. But it's something that I've been proud of and have made the most of. I understand that, God has a different plan for everybody too. And my plan is just a little bit longer. But I understand I'm learning a lot. I'm getting better every day. I'm doing everything the coaches want me to do. And I know it's all going to pay off at the end. And, when my number is called, I just make that play. So I've been good about everything, felt grounded. And like I said, I'm really excited for, the first game.
sorry if you were asked this already, but how have you liked getting learning a new position outside corner and all that?
Yeah, really good. Like I said, just having Coach Walton there helping me, somebody that's been in the NFL and, kind of knows the ins and outs about that and just kind of training me from there. And then Coach E, one of the best in the business, at the safety position, just helped me at nickel as well. Just being able to get those reps from those really good coaches and being coached from them hard, it's been really helpful for me and it's helped me show my versatility a lot more.
How much time are you spending at corner versus like nickel and stuff?
Pretty much. Just here or there, situational stuff. Kind of whatever they ever feel. It always varies different practice to practice, but I've been getting a good handful of both.
What's been like the biggest adjustment to outside?
I'm more pressed outside if you think about it. Playing more from off at nickel. I would say that's the only difference, but a lot of it's kind of the similarities to it. But I would say that was just the biggest adjustment.
Is the footwork similar though?
I guess you could say, yeah. Yeah.
Coach Knowles has been talking about, this defense being multiple, and then as we've been listening to you here, you talk about yourself being versatile. Do you feel like that allows you a chance over some other guys, maybe just a chance collectively to be on the field more, as Knowles has thrown in a couple of different formations?
Folks, we have Kourt Williams.
For sure, yeah. Like I said before, versatility has, been one of the biggest things for me. And when the new coaching staff came in, being able to show that versatility, and just to help, get my chance to get on the field and, help the team any way they want me to. I think it's been very helpful. And like I said, I've been excited doing it, and I've been having the most fun doing it as well.
And Josh has also talked about sort of the responsibility that he feels to lift up some of the younger guys that are in the program now. Who would you say is someone that you're trying to take under your wing as someone who's been here for a little bit and has been around the Woody and has been in practice and has been through a couple of fall camps? Do you have anybody that you're kind of working with each day?
Yeah, a big person to me is Jansen Dunn. Just the skill set you see and, how hard he works. He can be a really good player here, I feel like. He was hurt last year, and now he's kind of getting back in the swing of things. But I feel like that's a person that can be a very special player, and I try to help him any way I can on and off the field.
Talk about that skill set. What is that skill set that he offers to your defense? And do you guys have similar qualities that makes him someone that you want to spend a lot of time with?
Yeah, kind of, what we were talking about, the versatility. He shows a lot of versatility. He can play multiple positions. I think he was here at safety. He was here as a safety last year, and now he's playing corner, and he's looking really good at corner. He looked really good at safety last year as well. Like I said, this is a person that can add a lot of, versatility to him and be able to help this team down the road.
How much has Tanner's experience with Coach Knowles' defense helped you guys this offseason, especially for you, him playing the same that nickel spot?
Yeah, very, very helpful. I mean, being able to have a guy like Tanner, having him being under his wing and, just to show me the ropes. And like I said, he's been in that defense for a long time. So, I pick his brain every day, ask him questions. We'll talk a lot during film. He's just been very helpful and made this transition a lot smoother for me.
Yeah, what sort of things does he do to be helpful? Just conversations? Or?
Yeah, I mean, defense just when it's new, a lot of things I need to learn, a lot of things I wanted to figure out. And, instead of just not always asking the coach, he was always there to kind of help me out with just any particular things that I needed help with. And like I said, I think that's a really good teammate to have, a really good leader as well.
Thank you, Cam.
Oh yeah, way more easier. Whenever the D line's is hitting home, hitting the pressures back home, makes our job a lot easier, makes the plays a lot more quicker, and yeah.
Does that enable you to do more things with your man?
I mean, honestly, my job every play is just to lock in on my technique, and I'm trusting my D line. I got my full trust in them to do their job, and if they work, we work together, and then everything's in unison. So.
Are you pretty confident you guys will be at full strength?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Whole team. Yep.
What have you seen from a growth standpoint for guys like Jordan and JK coming into the second year and making bigger work?
Yeah, I just feel like they got their feet under them. They starting to get a feel for the game. The leadership in our room is really good. I've been able to teach them a little things and just have them trust their technique and trust their game because they some dogs. So, yep.
Denzel, has it been frustrating for you or Cam or Jordan at all to have to deal with some of the nagging training camp injury stuff?
I mean, not at all. It's part of the game, but come September 3rd, we're gonna be all at full strength. So I'm excited.
How are you better going into the opener now than you were a year ago?
I mean, I just feel like, in terms of me, I'm good. I feel like this team is just way different than last year, and it's gonna be really special this year. I mean, I just feel like our bond together is stronger. I feel like this whole off season, I feel like we did a lot of bonding. I just feel like this group together, we really love each other, and we really provide for each other. So yeah.
For you personally, where do you feel different than a year ago?
I would just say I'm a lot more confident. Got my feet under me. Got a year under me. And my job is just to be specific with my details in the game and just take care of the little things out there, and then everything will take care of itself. I mean, honestly, I just feel like all of the off-season trainings we did, because this is probably I've only been here for a year, so this summer was way harder than last year. And I feel like those workouts they put us through, all the events we went to, it really brought us together. And we went through a lot of shared pain last year, so got a lot of revenge coming. I mean, just a lot of more group workouts, a lot of more stations. We had a lot of more team runs, mat drills, and you name it, everything.
The way Jim Knowles wants this defense to run, how he wants to bring pressure, how he wants to make quarterbacks think,
I mean, honestly, it's going to be good. As long as the D-line is getting back there, hitting home, it's going to make our job a lot more easier. And this defense we're in is going to put the DBs in really great position to make plays.
Have you seen for your guys' position any specific changes to how things were maybe ran last year?
Oh, a big change, and you will see it on September 3rd.
What do you like best about his defense?
You'll see on September 3rd.
What's another question I can say? Well, the answer is you'll see on September 3rd. Has Coach Day been different to you since last year?
Nah.
Is there a little edge to him or a little?
I mean, I guess you could say there's an edge to everybody. You know, same dude, love that guy, and he just wants the best for all of us, and it's gonna be a great year.
Has there been a difference for you guys as DBs in trying to maybe make more plays on the ball this year?
Say that again.
Have you guys put more of an emphasis on trying to make more plays on the ball this year?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because turnover wins games really, and I try to emphasize in the DB room, and Coach Walt too. You know, we gotta touch the rock, and once we do that, that changes the flow of the game, and yeah.
What are the biggest ways you think Coach Walton has helped you guys become better corners?
I just feel like he helped us a lot off the field mainly, and that kind of just translates to the field. And he teaches us a lot of the little things, take care of the little things off the field, and he's a great mentor, coach, and person to be around.
Last question right here. Last question. A year ago, like things really seemed to click for you early, and historically at Ohio State, players that turn out to be great you could tell very early in their careers. And I was just wondering, did things come naturally for you last year? I mean, how do you feel like you were able to be so productive and such a prominent piece to that defense at such a quick stage in your career?
Yeah, man. I just revert back to my training. All the training I do, I trust my training and all the techniques that I learn, and I just apply it to my game, you know. I take practice really serious, and when I'm practicing with these guys, the best receivers in the nation, it kind of makes the game a lot more easier. So, yup.
All right, thank you, Denzel.
Yep.
We'll bring in Coach.
We've heard a lot about you, heard a lot about Jordan. How are you both, now that you have had a year in the Ohio State program, how have you adjusted to Ohio State now going into year 2?
I mean, we got a new coach, so it's a different scheme, my bad. We got a different scheme, so getting adjusted to that, it took a little time, but it's all starting to fall in place now.
What was probably maybe the biggest thing you learned last year, and now that this year, like, you can slide up, play some more?
Just how much your mindset can play into it. Like, if you get stuck on the last play, how much that can affect you, and like just moving on to the next play, how that can affect you too as well.
Jake, does it feel like something's clicked for you over the last couple of weeks, just given the fact that you've gotten a lot more reps?
Yeah, my confidence. I'm building way more confidence than I ever had, so I feel real good right now.
Aren't you naturally confident as a corner, though? So how can you be more confident?
I mean, just getting the repetition that I've been getting and getting more reps in. So I think that's played a big role.
How much different do you feel now than where you were at this time a year ago?
I mean, I feel bigger. I was way bigger than I was when I first came. So strength-wise, speed-wise, I feel like I'm getting better in every aspect.
What was your size then? What is it now?
I was 167 when I first came. I'm 185 now.
What was that? You know, I'm sure that was a big point of emphasis this offseason. What are the things that Mickey Marotti and the strength staff did to help you get to where you are now?
You know, just making the workouts real hard for us so that we could push through and just be stronger physically and mentally.
That weight change is just all Buckeye donuts, right? Just nonstop.
I be eating a lot of chicken and stuff like that.
How much did, for both you and Jordan, watching Denzel play as much as he did last year and have that role in the defense motivate you guys? That's your classmate, the guy that you came in with. You guys obviously want to be out there with him. How much was that push you? I know you dealt with the injury, but this offseason to get out there on the field.
I mean, seeing somebody in our grade start as a freshman, I mean, it just give us the, idea that we can do it too as well. Like, if he can do it, we can do it too, all as one.
And how difficult was it for you dealing with that injury last year and knowing, kind of took away some of your time you could have been out on the field?
It was hard at first because it's a sport that I really like, but over time, I mean, I had to deal with it and just follow the process for real.
Talking about your confidence, what's been your best moment of camp?
Probably getting the interception in one of the scrimmages.
Speaking of your classmates, Marvin Harrison, last year for him, playing big in that Rose Bowl, now we'll get more role this year. What is it like watching him develop into him going into your future?
Marv, he a really good player. Routes, speed, he got it all. So going against him every day is making us all better.
I think I saw him on like a freaks list or something like that on his physicality, the way he can in the weight room. Is that all true? Like how much of a physical freak is he on the field and then maybe off?
When you go against him, you don't really know what's coming, so you got to be prepared on all 10.
Compared to last year, you came in, you learned a system, now all of a sudden a year later you got to learn something totally different. What's the learning curve been as to what you had to pick up last year and now with Jim's system this year?
Well, last year I was hurt, so it really didn't do too much for me because I missed the whole season for real. So
you weren't even practicing.
Yeah, right? And then this year it's just a fresh start.
Starting from scratch.
Yes, sir.
So what's it been like to pick up? Is it as difficult as a lot of dudes on the team are saying?
I mean, it's difficult, but when you get it, it's just football for real.
So do you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How well do you got it?
I got it good enough to do my assignment.
What's your relationship like with Jameson Williams? I think you guys are from the same area, is that correct?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, your cousin. So what's it like now that he's moving on to the NFL, first round pick? What's it like?
I mean, growing up with him, I've been growing up with him since I was a kid, so seeing him do it just motivate me to get there too.
Who's faster?
I mean, we ran the same speed, so I think I'm faster though.
Has that spot kind of set a bar of where you want to get drafted a little bit, a few picks ahead of him in that competition?
I mean, I want to go first round. I want to be a top 5 pick, so.
Well, speaking of everybody else, what kind of name do you want to make for yourself, for J.K. Johnson, now that you are healthy, and what do you want Buckeye Nation to know about you?
Man, I'm gonna do my job when I need to do it. I'm gonna be there.
You mentioned that first round pick. That has been the standard at Ohio State. There haven't been a first round corner in the last few years. How much do you guys talk about, your class or the guys here just getting back to that level?
We always talk about getting back to BIA, so I mean, it's a standard. The standard is standard, and we got to do what it is to be that standard.
What's it like working with Perry Eliano? Because both of the secondary coaches are new this year. And
Yes, sir.
Last year, of course, they were different. But what differences do they bring this year compared to the coaches last year?
I mean, I feel a lot more energy. I feel like it's energy around the whole defense, so not just corners and DB safeties, but the whole defense overall.
Yeah, what about Coach Walton, specifically working with him coming from the NFL? What's that like?
Coach Walton, good dude, got a lot of experience, so he poured a lot of that into us. He poured all of it into us because that's what he liked to do. So having somebody around like that play a big role to get into the next level.
Does he ever tell you, like, back in my day when I played here at Ohio State, does he ever give you any stories?
Yeah, he gives us his little cut-ups,
Marvin Harrison Jr., he's entering his second year. He kind of put on display what he could do in that Rose Bowl. I'm just curious, what have you seen from him in camp, and what sort of things do you expect from him this year?
I expect him to go off this year. I mean, he catch the ball when it come his way. He got the routes. So, I mean, Marv going to do real good this year.
What about his skill set makes him so special?
He big, fast, and can catch. But he bigger than most receivers, though, and faster.
In your secondary unit, Kourt Williams is named the captain. Just how have you seen his leadership skills maybe be on display for your position?
Even outside the field and stuff, making sure, lift we good, on time, all that. Kourt a real good leader. He gonna make sure we stay on point and do what we supposed to do.
Anybody else? All right. Thanks, JK.
Appreciate it.
It definitely does. It's more what kind of makes or breaks you. Like me, I think my biggest takeaway from that is just having the right people around me, right support system, keeping me on top of my game, staying focused, knowing my end goal and what I want to get to.
How was that transition of, learning a new defense, but
also still trying to get back up to speed with where you were prior to the injury. How's that kind of been?
It's definitely challenging at times, but like I said, if it's something you love, something you really want to do, then you're going to do all you need to do to buckle down and get to where you want to go. I say it was hard. It was definitely hard for me because I just wanted to be out there with the guys, and I felt like just me being an older guy and us not having a lot of older guys on the team last year, a lot of guys with experience, I feel like that would have helped a lot and came a long way just being out there with them. I mean, there were moments, but it's emotion in the game. But other than that, I just want the best for the young guys coming after me because that's what Jay Ford did with me. When I first got here, he was just looking after me, making sure I was ready to go, making sure he helped me through what I need to do to improve my game. So that's all I want to do for them.
For any young player here, talking about that, how important is that older guy when you get here, maybe takes you under his wing or shows you the ropes or that kind of thing? What does that do for a young player?
It's very important. Like I said, I had Jordan Fuller, and he was an excellent big brother. Just how he detailed the game, how he locked in the meeting room, watching film, all that. And I try to help young guys with that now because now I think of it now. I'm in that position. Yeah, it kind of happened fast, but I just try to stay on those guys and try to help them through that transition through high school to college, dealing with classes, professors, tutoring, like the hectic schedule. So
we're not trying to ask for you to give away the secrets of this defense or anything, but Coach Knowles has called this a safety-driven defense. We know how important the safeties are. Can you give us some sense of what you're doing pre-snap, what you're thinking, what you're looking at? No secrets. What's it like processing for you?
It's a little bit of everything, honestly. Like you said, it's a safety-driven defense, so you have to have smart players back there, little guys that can do a little bit of everything because you never know what we're going to do. It's a lot of moving around, a lot of different parts, so it just takes a smart player to be back there.
Like, how connected are you and Ronnie in that situation that, yes, you've got to be smart individually, but, right, the defense is talking, you're figuring stuff out together. Like, what is it like for the two of you guys back there?
I love it. It's a lot of chemistry. Us being the older guys, we played together before. And even just these last 2 weeks in camp, us just gelling together and just getting that chemistry, and it's pretty good.
Josh, are you nervous, excited? It's been a year since you've been back in a game.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm more anxious than anything.
Do you feel like, I know how excited you were about the progress you were making in camp last year and what that year was going to be like. Do you feel like you're at that same point now? Beyond that, better than what you were anticipating a year ago?
Sorry. I gotta put that on. I haven't really looked too much into that, but I'd say just my mental focus is a lot different. Even from last year, yeah, I thought I was ready to go, but my mentally I'm stronger. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot more. I can see different things. So
yeah, how can you tell it?
Just diagnosing plays, reading plays, just different parts. Like, usually you first get here as a DB, you probably just stare down the receiver or something. So now it's just like reading quarterback, reading the O-line, just little different keys to take away. I feel like I can be that energetic, kind of that dog competitiveness. It's come out just that grit and grind in the back end. So,
Last question.
I know you want to do everything well, right? But when you're a safety, right, you want to be a playmaker and make big hits and break plays up. But you also, right, have the responsibility to make sure we're the back line of the defense.
Yes,
So Jordan Fuller was the eraser. Make sure if anything goes wrong, you take care of the mistake. What's just the balance of that? Of like, I want to be aggressive and I want to make plays, but I also want to make sure I don't.
It's just finding the balance, honestly. You have to know your position. You have to know your role each and every play, what your assignment is. Don't try to do too much. Just be in the right place at the right time, and the plays will come to you.
And Your role in this defense, how would you describe how you feel play to play with everything that they're asking you to do?
I feel very comfortable. Like I said, it's just getting in the study book, getting in the playbook, the film room, and just learning to dissect each and every part of what I need to do to help me have the biggest takeaway. Oh, yeah. Like I said, when we met before, I got that question. I told you guys, like, I maybe felt like God was telling me I wasn't ready. And I had to step back, and I had to look at football and life through a different lens, just learn and grow. So basically, after I went down with that first injury, I tried with the shoulder, Minnesota, I tried to play through it. I knew my shoulder was messed up. And then the Oregon game was when I hurt my leg. So talking to my parents, and I was just asking them, like, why? Like, I don't know why this happened to me. And their biggest thing was, you don't know why it happened. And maybe God was saving you for something different, something bigger. And I think that was my biggest takeaway and what really got me set on, okay, I need to work and get my way back to where I want to be, because maybe I can grow off the field as a better leader to the older guys, and on the field just a better player overall. Yeah. I actually had messed up my shoulder, like I said, the week before, and I ended up having surgery as soon as I started walking on my shoulder. So as soon as I started walking on my leg, I had surgery on my shoulder. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Hey, man, it was an honor, truly an honor. I think it's a testament to how my teammates feel about me. I have responsibility to them now as a captain. I think leadership is not only about, talking the talk, but walking the walk as well, and I think they felt that.
How's this defense coming along?
Coming along real good, man. Really.
Today?
Say it again?
Did you win today?
Oh, yeah. It's always back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's a chess match, really. But, yeah, we're really coming together.
Is there any part of you that feels like a linebacker at all in this scheme?
I'm really playing. I'll play anything they tell me to play. You know what I'm saying? I play safety. I play corner if they want me to play corner. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Put me on the field.
I know you will. I just feel like with your body type, maybe some of the things we saw you do in the Rose Bowl, that you're comfortable playing in the box. I know the safeties do that too, but Bobby Carpenter's always putting this in my mind. You could play linebacker. I think he's had that conversation with you as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel that at all when you're out there?
I feel like I can do a lot of things. They have me playing a few different spots. But like I said, I'll play anything. Yeah, real.
What do you like about the way that this scheme is set up?
Just a lot of different looks. We disguise a lot of things. Offense won't know what we're going to do. A lot of different, pressures and coverages off of different looks. Yeah, that's probably what I say about that.
How much? I guess I'm not trying to get the playbook, but your ability to play three different spots seems like that directly translates to how you guys could confuse an offense.
Right.
Because you can play, you can change the scheme with your skill set. Is that fair? Is that?
What are you saying?
That you can change what the scheme looks like, what the formation looks like, what the personnel looks like, because you can do so many different things.
Yeah, it's all about, a lot of our guys are very versatile. I mean, we have multiple guys playing different spots. The main thing about our defense is if everybody do their job, we're going to be good.
For you to be named a captain last week, just what did that mean for you personally?
Like I said, it was an honor, man. Really a testament to what I feel like my teammates feel about me. I have a responsibility to them now, and I said this earlier. It's leadership is not about talking the talk, but walking the walk, and I think they felt that and saw that.
How do you feel like you were able to do that over the course of this offseason?
I've always been a lead by example kind of guy, but this offseason I really stepped up in terms of being more vocal, letting them feel me, and I think that was a big part of that.
When you took a look at the playbook when Jim first came in, how daunting was it, especially going out there in spring practice and trying to run some of those plays. And obviously spring practice, spring game, spring practice, that kind of thing. What was your thought process then?
When I first saw it, it was a little different. I knew it was going to take a minute for us to get it, but it's so complex and so unique. I knew when we do get it, it's going to be dangerous.
How much different was it from last year?
It's pretty different. It's pretty different in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Well, so now you've had obviously some time to work through the playbook, now fall camp. How are you feeling about the playbook and the schemes?
I'm feeling real good, man. Feeling real good. Things are really starting to come together. Like I said earlier, if every man does their job, then we have nothing to beat. We'll be successful.
Does it feel like everybody else in the room is, and you're leading by example now, being a captain? Obviously, the dudes on the team feel that you're worthy of that role, hence why they voted you that. So, do you feel like you're leading by example and they're following suit and everybody's kind of on the same page?
I mean, everybody, we got multiple guys that are leaders. I'm not doing it by myself.
Well, and I didn't mean just
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, guys are really starting to get the playbook. Guys are really starting to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And like I said, things are really coming together in terms of the defense. So I'm excited.
Top 5 defense?
Top 3.
Top 3.
I remember talking to you at this time last year, and you felt very confident about what the defense could accomplish going into last year. What makes this year different?
Say it one more time.
I remember at this time last year, you were very confident about what the defense could accomplish. So what makes this year different?
Like I said earlier, it's very complex and very unique. A lot of different looks. I'm not going to speak too much about it. But really the main thing, like I said, if everybody does their job, we'll be all right.
You mentioned there being a lot of different looks. Are you feeling that where, even if you're not necessarily a starter, there could be an opportunity for you to come in and play a big role in this defense?
Absolutely. I mean, we got multiple guys playing different spots. Whatever role they have me play, I'll do my best at it.
What I was asking Tim Knowles, you guys are maybe facing 2 tight ends and teams that really want to run the ball. You might put 3 linebackers on the field. He was talking about the idea of we have a guy like Kourt, maybe some other guys who come down and do that. Like, let's do what you might ask a 3rd linebacker to do, but do it from the safety position. Do you think you could work in situations like that for teams that are going to be using 2 tight ends a lot?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about that. Yeah, I do.
How different is that from the roles you typically play? Is it like a different position, or is it the same kind of deal and maybe your responsibilities change a little bit?
Yeah, it's not too different. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but it's, me coming in at that spot, I feel like I can do it from a mental standpoint. We run different coverages and different plays when I'm in that spot. But that's all I'll say on that. Yeah.
What's your weight at right now?
I'm like 219, 220. Yeah.
And I'm just like, that Notre Dame offense, right? Michael Mayer, 265-pound tight end. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, how this defense is going to go about dealing with a guy like that. And I'm sure there'll be multiple looks and multiple guys who deal with him. But you're a guy, it seems like to me, who could be involved in that because, you have these safety skills, but you also have a little bit more size, a little bit more bigger body than some of these guys. Like, is that, I'm not asking you to give away the secrets, but is it possible you could work in with a guy like that?
It is possible.
Okay. I'm not trying to. I know sounds like I'm asking for the game plan. Do you feel like you have versatility that can allow you to do different things for this defense against different style of offenses?
Yes.
Okay. Is it difficult to do those different things, right? Because again, you're a little bit bigger than some of the other guys, but yet you're being asked to do some of the same. What's it like when maybe you have different responsibilities, but you're still Kourt Williams all the time, but maybe they're asking you to do different things? Just take us through that process a little bit.
Yeah, it's just honing into your craft. You might have to put in a little more work to understand different spots, different schemes, playing multiple positions. But like I said, from a mental and cerebral standpoint, I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a little bit of linebacker inside you somewhere still?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm
really
not trying to ask for secrets.
Yeah. I'm with you.
You're an interesting player.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have this versatility. Do you take pride in that?
I do. I take pride in being able to do multiple things. Yeah.
How are you? This is when Jim Knowles says it's a safety-driven defense, and I know he said that a lot. You guys have been asked about that a lot. Just that idea. What does that mean to you? How does this scheme show off the ability?
It means we got to do our job, and if we don't, touchdown. Period.
That responsibility is a burden. Do you like it?
No, we love it. We want it that way. We the quarterbacks of the defense.
Okay. Yep. And I know Josh will talk about this too. Just can you describe how smart the safeties have to be, how connected you guys have to be?
Yeah, it's all about connection. It's all about communicating. Communicating is one of the main things that, makes this defense successful. And all that comes with reps and practice, and we've been getting better and better at that.
And this is still going to sound like I'm asking for secrets, but like pre-snap, can you just describe a little bit of like what you're thinking, what you're processing, maybe not the specifics, but what's it like for a safety in this defense, getting yourself ready before that offense snaps the ball?
Yeah, it's something Court Eliano talks about us all the time. It's 3 things we got to look at before the snap. Where's the ball? What's the formation? And who's in front of me? And just going through that order, knowing the down the distance, you'll be all right.
What stands out to you about Michael Mayer when you watch Notre Dame on film?
He's pretty physical, pretty good route runner, really good catcher. So yeah, we gotta lock in, do our thing.
What's that like for you? When you know you're going to be going up against an elite tight end like that, how does that maybe influence your preparation for the game?
You gotta lock in. You want to go against the best of the best.
How much do you like that processing, cerebral part of the game when it's obviously the physical component, but what you're looking at, diagnosing that kind of stuff? How much do you like that?
I love it, man. I think I take pride in my cerebral part of the game. I think that's what really separates guys. We all make mistakes. I make plenty of mistakes, but you live and learn. I love watching film. So yeah, I take pride in that part of the game.
Kourt, you were described by a couple of your teammates, I think in the spring, as a dog. It seems like you guys were missing some guys like you on the defense last year. Do you feel like you guys have more of those type of Kourt Williams players on the field this fall?
We got plenty of them. Man, this like I said, if everybody does their job, I'm nobody special, man. I'm not gonna toot my horn in any kind of way. We got plenty of dogs on the defense, man. We got plenty of dogs on this team, and I think that's gonna show September 3rd.
What's the biggest improvement you've seen in the unit?
We're just playing faster. We're playing more confident. Guys really buying in to the defense. It was an adjustment in the spring, but I think as fall camp is going on, you can really see, the flow and the confidence, and dudes playing much faster.
What areas do you think still need improvement?
We can always improve. I think communication is always big. Little things, toning in on the details, that's always important. Things like that.
A lot of guys on this roster have had to deal with injuries at different points in their career. You've had to do that. Just where do you feel physically with your size, with your speed? Just how do you feel where you are with your body right now?
I feel great, man. I'm in the best shape of my life. This summer I lost 4 pounds of body fat, and in like 2 months. So, yeah, I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel great.
What's that like when you're trying to get the right balance of, you still want to be physical and have that size, but you also want to make sure you're as fast as you can be in that kind of thing? I would imagine it's safety trying to walk that line, right?
Yeah. I mean, I talked to Coach Mick about it a lot, trying to find that balance. Diet is key. Keeping my strength up in the weight room is key. Stuff like that.
Who's the fastest guy in the secondary?
I'd probably say J.K. Johnson. He hits 23 miles per hour with ease. Yeah.
Not just straight line speed, but guys that impress you about who can be really agile and change direction quickly.
Trying to think. A lot of dudes be flying around, man. Tommy, he's pretty agile. He knows sometimes when he got to, blow up a lineman or sometimes slip him and make the tackle. Tommy and Steele, at linebacker, they're pretty agile. I pretty say the whole secondary is agile, And, our D-line, big guys, but, their feet and their quickness, that will surprise you, So I'll say our D-line is pretty freaking agile, too. Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you, Kourt.
Thank you.
Hello. Lathan, how are
y'all
you?
doing?
For you to make the kind of recovery you did from that Rose Bowl injury, are you surprised that you've come along as quickly as you apparently have?
I feel that me and my family, and I just want to first of all appreciate Stu, the whole strength, the whole athletic trainers, everyone. They're the reason I made back. I believed in them from the jump. I did everything they asked me to do, and that's the only reason. That's why I'm at where I'm at today. And me and my family I stayed here. I didn't go back home. I stayed here in the treatment room. I stayed here, and this was my goal to come back and be where I'm at and play at the level I'm playing at. And I just believe, thankful to God and my faith.
When that happened, how bad did you think it was? Did your kind of career flash before your eyes or anything like that?
Yeah, that was definitely most traumatizing and worst thing that's happened to me. I knew it was broken immediately. I looked down and saw it broke. Last game, I mean, everyone's thinking the worst at that moment, and I definitely was. And I just want to thank my family and all the people in my corner. Coach Key, he was a big part in that. All of them helping me just keep my mind right.
Lathan, when did you get to the point that you knew you'd be able to compete in camp? Like, how far in advance, I guess, did you know you'd be ready?
I personally felt there was definitely times where I had my doubts, and I was nervous and didn't feel that I would come back. But like I said, people in my corner, Coach Key, Stu, Coach Eliano, my father, my mother, they all kept my mental good, and that's the reason I'm at where I'm at today.
What did you do this spring to make sure that you kept up with the defensive change, even though you weren't able to be on the field?
I think the biggest thing that I did was I knew that I couldn't be on the field. I knew that I couldn't do the physical things that everyone else could do. So I tried to improve my game mentally, and that was the biggest thing I think that I've seen the biggest change in me is, especially because the defense we run and the players I'm around now and the coaches I'm around, I came up and created a better understanding of the game. I didn't have that last year.
What role do you see yourself playing in this defense?
I see myself playing any role they ask me to play, like always. I feel that I can play any position they ask me to play, and that's my goal.
Which safety spots have you been repping at?
I've been repping all around the field. Every safety spot they ask me to play, I'll just go down and play it.
So you feel like your versatility is one of the things that gives you a chance to help this defense?
Yeah, I feel that since I got here, I've been very versatile. I've always asked everything they've asked me to do. I've been able to try to do it to my best of ability, and whatever the defense needs me to do this year, I'm willing to do it.
How
Ryan
similar?
Day was saying yesterday that he feels like this defense gives guys more opportunities to earn roles. Is that something that you're seeing out there?
No, I agree. Since I've been here, this is definitely my favorite defense we've been in. Allows the safeties to fly around and make plays. Allows us to just see the ball and go, not thinking so much. And I really appreciate it and love that about this defense.
How similar was your injury to Josh's?
It was almost the same injury, except his came out of his leg and mine didn't come out of mine.
That's a small blessing, right?
Yeah.
How helpful was he in terms of just being there to kind of tell you things are going to be okay?
He was definitely helpful. We had the same injury, so the recovery process was very similar. So a lot of pains I had, he had, and then just keeping my mind right, keeping my mental right, and he was definitely helpful.
When did you feel 100%?
I felt 100% first day of camp.
Were you surprised by that?
No, because I know how much work I did behind the scenes, so I wasn't surprised.
Did they have you on any kind of pitch count or anything like that?
To show out right away and impress the coaching staff, given that you missed a lot of time and having to kind of step in and show yourself to Coach Knowles and everybody like that right away?
I think of course I felt that little pressure, but at the end of the day, since I got here, I came here to play free safety, and so this was the first time I got a role to play one of the high safeties, and I was excited for the opportunity to show them what I know I can do, and yeah.
Lathan, I know they recruited you to play the high safety roles before they moved you down.
Yeah.
So you're back where you're comfortable at.
Yeah.
What have you been able to show now that you're back at that spot where, first of all, the coaching staff saw you to begin with?
I think just flying to the football. I feel like I've been able to make plays just because what I see, I believe it, and been able to create a good opportunities for me, and I think that's what I've shown.
Knowles was talking about that, how you just kind of go and you're rarely ever wrong. Where does that come from? How did you develop that skill? Or is that just an instinct?
I think mostly instincts, but also because I have a good understanding of the defense. That's what helped me, and I appreciate Coach Eliano
in that aspect because I didn't have a great understanding. My understanding for football and the defense has definitely evolved since last year, and I want to just tell that I appreciate that. He's helped my football IQ improve.
Is it easier to do that when you kind of settled into a role now that you're not kind of moving all over different places?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's definitely been the biggest blessing since I come back is I've come into and just played a role and just got to get comfortable there and see different things, learn different things. Ronnie Hickman, Tanner McCalister, Kourt Martinez, they've definitely been helping me just come in and just fit right in.
Lathan, you said a couple times that you feel like you have a deeper football IQ now. Do you have an example of how that's shown up for you in camp? Is there something that you recognized when you were out there in the field maybe you would not have recognized last year?
I think I just have a better understanding of run fits, where everyone's supposed to fit, where I'm supposed to fit, and then I think our defense does a great job of everyone does their job. Everyone does their job, everyone's going to be successful and make their own plays, and I think that's what makes our defense so special.
Even though you came here to play deep safety and now you are playing deep safety, do you see any benefit looking back to having those reps you had playing the slot corner and walking down a little bit?
Of course, I think that's definitely given me different opportunities to just line up in different situations, to just overall have a better understanding of the whole football field, not just the high safety, the boundary safety, or the nickel. I think it's given me a better understanding of the whole defense.
Coach Knowles gushed about you, but we also know you have Ronnie Hickman, you have Proctor. It's going to be hard to get in there. How do you kind of feel your role is? Are you worried about how much playing time you're going to get, or you feel it'll just sort itself out?
I feel it's just sort itself out, and at the end of the day, our coaches are going to play the best players on the field, and whoever they decide to play, they earn that. And whatever my role is, whatever everyone else's role is, just do that and try to win a national championship.
Lathan, do you have any interest in trying the Dijon mustard?
I'll definitely have to try that sometime. Shout out to my boy Bijan.
Comfortable covering tight ends?
On a roll.
Yeah, I feel that I'm comfortable covering tight ends, receivers. I feel I'm comfortable covering everybody.
For you as a receiver, what's the difference between maybe even if it's a simple answer, what's the difference between maybe covering a slot receiver versus maybe a tight end?
Yeah, I think definitely understanding like who you're in front of. Tight ends love to use their body. They love to try to box you out. So you definitely got to be more physical when covering the tight end. When it comes to a slot, they're a lot faster, a lot shifty. You have to be a little more patient and maybe not as physical.
Hey, Lathan, the physical therapy that Stu and all of those people help you with, how much are they also helping you with the mental therapy?
Oh, man, Stu's been great. I talk to him every day. I was talking to him, Coach Key, Friday, Zach Harrison. Those who I was in the treatment room with every day, they were helping me keep my mental right and keep me mentally strong because there was days I was down. There was days I was really down. And I appreciate them for being there for me when I needed them.
Can you do one without the other? Can you do the physical therapy without the mental?
I think you can, but I don't think you'll see the benefits that you want to.
How much do you appreciate?
You said,
are you bigger physically? You just look bigger.
Yeah, I'm definitely bigger from last year. So that's been exciting. Coach Mick got getting us right in the weight room. So I give that thanks to him.
How much bigger? How close to ready are you guys?
The time is coming soon. We've been putting the work in. We've done what we need to do in camp. We just got to get those finishing touches up. Next week will officially be game week, but I'm feeling good at where we're at right now.
Coach Knowles said yesterday that you're about 75% of the defense is installed, which is ahead of where he wanted to be or even needs to be. Mm-hmm. How good do you feel about the way you guys have grasped the defense?
Really good. Anytime you're introduced to a new system, there's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of kinks and stuff that you got to get over. But I feel like the defense, especially in the secondary room, has done a good job of taking everything.
Ronnie, he was talking about not just learning things, but also kind of the confidence that's built over the course of camp from the competition you guys have had with the offense. What ways have you seen that happen?
Just guys being able to communicate a lot faster, a lot better. When we first put the system in, you can see guys just being a little hesitant with certain things. But as time goes on, as you get out there with your guys and spend more time together, you get more comfortable. You build more trust within the system, within the defense, as you see it works and stuff like that. So we've just been able to get that stuff done during camp helps a lot.
How have you been adjusting to Coach Knowles' defense since you came here?
Really good. Like I said earlier, it can definitely be a challenge with a new system and a new defense, but I feel like myself and the others in the room have done a great job with it.
You talked about getting guys back healthy. You feel like you're a full unit now, DBs, safeties.
Yeah, we're healthy. Today we had a great Tuesday practice today. It was good to see all the guys out there, especially in the secondary room, take care of business.
There's been a lot made about new defensive step, new defensive scheme.
I'm wondering, you guys have guys from all different types of backgrounds playing time, some new, some more experienced. Does it come down to just the guys who are on that field developing and becoming who it's supposed to be for you guys to achieve what you do?
I mean, competitive excellence is huge. So when your number's called to go make a play, you got to go make a play. You know, we all practice hard. We put in the same work on the field, but when your number's called, it's on you to make that play.
Ronnie, how much is on your plate right now in terms of getting everybody lined up, making calls, that kind of stuff?
I mean, that comes with the position. Being a safety, it's kind of like being a quarterback of the defense. So I guess you could say it's a lot on my plate, but it's nothing too much. You know, it comes with the job.
How do you feel about where you are with this, I guess, the defense as a whole? Like everything that's in so far, you feel pretty comfortable when you're out there having to say those things to your teammates?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a point now where you're just honing in on the little stuff and the little details, just so you can be perfect and ready come September 3rd.
Was there a point where it felt like too much on your plate, learning the defense?
No, I kind of always knew that you'll kind of get the hang of it as time goes on. The more time you spend on the field, the easier to get and the faster you'll be on the field.
How easy is it now?
I feel comfortable in it. I'll say that. You know, we're not 100% in it, but I definitely feel comfortable in the defense. I'm excited to showcase on September
What's your favorite
3rd.
part about it?
Just being able to play football.
I need more. Like, what's the best part about this defense?
How fast we get to play. You know, we communicate at a high level now, but guys are starting to fly around and go make plays. So that's what I love the most.
Is Lathan Ransom the same player now that he was before injury? What kind of impact has he made?
Lathan is, I'm glad you asked, because I feel like a lot of people maybe forgot about him or anything like that. But Lathan has had one of the best camps I've seen since I've been in this program. You know, he came back and fought back from his injury. And he's just been balling out now. You know, he's 100% healthy right now. Me and him, that's my guy. You know, we're with each other every day. Appreciate it, man. We're with each other every day, so we always push each other. So just seeing him make those strides and become the player that I know he is huge.
What has he done that makes you think this is one of the better camps you've seen from somebody? Like, what are some of the things that jumped out to you?
Production. That guy produces. You know, whether that's punching the ball out, making a big hit, making a PBU, making a pick 6 yards down the field. He does it all.
Jim mentioned you guys having kind of like a hybrid type of, safety, defensive, or like a defensive back kind of linebacker kind of role. Like he's almost kind of looking for that in your guys' secondary. Do you feel that there's someone there that can fill that kind of role?
I mean, every safety position on this defense has to be able to play the run and be able to cover. He wants us to be athletic, and that's what we are. We use our skills. Whether that's coming down in the box or playing a half or playing a third, anything he asks, we're pretty much able to do it.
Has he been incorporating that kind of role into the defense?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And how do you feel that that's working out?
I feel good. You know, you signed up to play safety, you signed up to cover, you signed up to hit, you signed up to do it all. So that's kind of why I think it's one of the better positions on that side of the ball.
Is there someone that's been kind of more the focal point of that hybrid role, or are you guys all kind of taking turns?
No, we all playing, man.
Last question right
It's
here.
probably intimidating, especially with a new system, to be looked at as a leader. Do you relish that responsibility?
Bring him over.
I wouldn't say intimidating. I don't really know what you mean by that, but I think it's an honor to be looked at as a leader in that kind of aspect. I think you just got to take it on and just be an example for the other guys out there. Appreciate you guys, man.
All right, thanks, Ronnie.
What's going on? What's going on?
Just got done talking with Ronnie.
Yeah.
What is it like working with Ronnie now that you're in the preseason together? You guys both veteran, experienced safety.
Right. Yeah, Ronnie's my guy, man. Me and him joke all the time. It's been fun playing next to him, especially, you know, when I came in January. He was kind of somebody that, we clicked immediately as far as, personality. So we joke all the time, and I think we're on the field. It allows us to, gel together. And, we communicate a lot on the field, which is good. And, there's certain things I may say that may not make sense, but he understands what I'm saying. And vice versa. When he says something that may not make sense, I understand what he's saying. So, we gel together pretty good in the back end. It's been fun doing fall camp, with him.
How well do you gel with Josh Proctor down there? He's coming back from injury.
Oh, yeah.
He's excited to get back on the field.
Oh, yeah, really same with him. When I first came in, he was still kind of battling his injury, still trying to come back. And he was able to do a couple practices of spring ball, which is good. But now he's 100% healthy. He's been out there flying around. He looks really good. I can see why, all the fans and everybody has high praise for him because he's a great player. And I think he's going to have a great season. So it's been fun being back there and really just seeing him fly around for the first time in a while. And I think he's happy. I mean, you can see it on his face. He's happy to be back flying around playing football.
Is the excitement started to hit the locker room, especially that Notre Dame and opening season is just weeks away?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, when you start fall camp, there's obviously an initial excitement because we're back to playing football, so everybody's excited. And then you kind of hit a little wall where it's like, all right, people need a little more encouragement to, kind of keep going. But I feel like with this team, I mean, the excitement never ended. We got a really big game for the first game of the season, which is exciting for all of us. We're all ready to put our talents to the test and ready to show everybody that, we're a great Buckeye team, especially on the defensive side. So, coming into the off season and coming into fall camp, the excitement hasn't stopped. So, and I think obviously getting close to the game is obviously rised.
And speaking of that, still that the excitement hasn't changed.
Right.
A lot of this, the thing that makes Ohio State different is you've been practicing as if game one were tomorrow.
Right.
Can you talk about what makes Ohio State different in that regard, where you guys are always training like it's game day tomorrow?
Right. I mean, I think when you come to a school like Ohio State, I mean that's what you get. I mean, competition is just through the roof. I mean, every day, as DBs, we're battling with some of the best receivers in the country, with Jackson and Marv and Mecca and X, JB, all of those guys, could be considered, some of the best receivers in the country. So, I mean, every day it's back and forth battle. The same with the D-line, the O-line, linebackers, running back. I mean, every day, you got to bring your A game. So I think when you come to a school like Ohio State, that's what you should expect. Every day is almost, more competitive than game day, in my opinion. Because there's certain games where we may not face the talent that I see in practice. So every day in practice, you got to treat it like it's game day, and I think that's what you get when you come to a school like Ohio State.
How has that competition gone for you personally with the wide receivers you talked about?
Oh yeah, it's been fun. I mean, me and Jackson go at it, but that's somebody that I kind of grew up with, so it's been fun competition, and all the other receivers. I mean, we all have a good relationship. So when they get their wins, they let us know about it, and when we get our wins, we let them know about it. So it's been fun going back and forth with those guys, and like I said, I mean, those are some of the best guys in the country. So when I cover those guys and I do a good job, it makes me feel way more confident going against anybody I may see. So I think it's just back and forth, getting each other better, and it's going to pay off during the season.
Who's been a receiver that's caught your eye?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's hard to single somebody out, because all of them are so talented. Obviously everybody knows about Jackson, Marv, but even, guys like Emeka, Xavier Johnson, Ballard, all of those guys really have caught my eye. I mean, they're all fast. They all can catch the ball really well. And then when you have a quarterback like C.J. Stroud putting it, exactly where you need it to be, I mean, it makes their job a little easier too. So, I mean, that whole receiving core, I think is probably the best in the nation.
Tanner, maybe you were asked this already, and if you did, I apologize.
Oh,
but
good.
Seeing as how you were like the veteran of this defensive scheme between spring and now, what's been the development of not only guys in your room, but just overall? Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Knowles said this too. I think everybody picked it up pretty fast, and it was surprising because I remember, when Coach Knowles came to Oklahoma State, we didn't pick it up that fast, but guys have picked it up really fast, and Coach Knowles did a really good job, teaching it, and all the other coaches as well. Coach Eliano in my room, Coach Walton in the corners room. Everybody did a really good job teaching it, and everybody's assignment, I think they like what they're doing. The D-line like that they're flying around. The DBs like that they're flying around. So I think that also brought some excitement, on the field as well. So, but yeah, those guys picked it up pretty good, and we've been flying around. And I mean, you can ask some of the offensive guys. I mean, we've been giving them some trouble this fall camp. So it's been a nice back and forth battle, which is exciting for us.
Last question. Right
Yeah, they should.
Tanner, you know what this.
Just been here for months now. You obviously knew the defense, but just life in general. How much more comfortable are you getting ready for this season?
Oh yeah, I'm real comfortable. Just doing it for this is my 5th year, so just being in college football, going into my 5th year. I kind of understand what it takes, to prepare my body and prepare my mind, going into a season, going into fall camp, things like that. So I took in this process pretty serious, just because it's my last year. I want to make the most of it, and there's guys counting on me, and just like all of us have families and things counting on us. So you got to take it serious if you really care about it. So that's what I've done, and like I said, my experience has helped me a lot. Just knowing what to look for and what to do to take care of myself and make sure I'm in the best possible shape and best possible position to have a successful season this year.
Last question right here.
you know what this system's supposed to look like when
Right.
it's clicking on all cylinders.
Right.
How close are you guys to that right now?
I think we're pretty close. I mean, obviously you got to put that ball down and we got to go play. So practice. I mean, obviously we had scrimmages and we look good, but you never know until you know. So you got to put that ball down. We got to prove it. I mean, I wish I could sit here and say we look 100% good and everything, but I won't know until we play Notre Dame. So I'm excited, and I think we're gonna when that ball's put down, we're gonna fly around, we're gonna make plays. But I guess I'll find out when you guys find out. So.
Thank you, Tanner.
All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed all of those. Some good little nuggets in there from the coaches, and it's good to hear some of the players that we haven't really talked to much, especially in quite a while. So. All right, keep it locked in here for more. We got receivers coming tomorrow, and Brian Hartline, and if you care about special teams, we got Parker Fleming, and those guys. So anyway, talk to you later. Go Bucks.